Why, hello there. How's it going? Instrumental Transcommunication, session number 57. How's it going today? I hope you're well wherever you are in this crazy giant world we live on. You know, I continue this. Another day, another session. Saturday, to be precise, 8:01 a.m., 7/25, July 25th, 2015. 8:01, like I said, a.m. Mountain Standard Time. Gently nestled, close to the Rocky Mountains. And yeah, just got home from work a bit ago. Firing this up, getting this going again. You know, as with all of these sessions, I don't really have a super lined out plan. A lot of these sessions, I actually just at the last minute decide what I want to do. But for the last couple of days, I've been thinking about it, and I still didn't actually like draw out anything or write down anything. Just the ideas in are kicking around in my head, and I just wanted to mess around with it and basically explore and experiment online live and not do too much offline. I find it more organic to not plan these fully out and to just experiment live. That's the whole point of me streaming now, is to do this live. So why not experiment live? Well, anyway, I have started to learn more in detail of what the EchoVox system really entails, or at least as we're told. But according to what I can find, I cannot find any information to debunk the EchoVox. Being one of the most popular apps, it is also one of the most scrutinized apps. And as far as I can find, I cannot find any information at all to dispute the validity of this application. So one of my props fell. I don't know, you might have saw it. If you saw it, that was just blocking that little piece of that little silver thing's a piece of tape. But okay, anyway, so learning what the system actually does. I'm not going to go into full detail, but it essentially seems to be a real-time capturing EVP device. And how it does this is through its process of looping and recording the sound. When the sound comes out of the speaker, it's picked up again through the microphone, and each sound is picked up through the microphone, and your words are picked up through the microphone. And these are somehow embedded or used as a soup or a pool to dip the EVP into. At least that's really kind of sounds like the gist of it. There's really no full explanation as to why, the rhyme and reason about how it actually works. It just seems to capture words, or sometimes series of words, or even sentence sounding words, series of words, out of, supposedly there shouldn't be any words in EchoVox. So when you hear a word, that should be interesting. From what I've read, I've looked around as hard as I could for the last few days. I mean, I didn't spend 6 months trying to viciously debunk this, but I spent a few days just seeing opinions and reading things and just seeing what people think in general about the application. And I guess through the process, I mean, I don't know. I think some of these words are actually words. I don't think they're all perfectly chopped up and made jumbled to create no words, only phonetics. I think there are a few. For instance, rape. Pardon me, I do not like using that word, but that is a word that I used that has popped up quite a bit using this application. And I've only used EchoVox 3.0 so far on the sessions and the EchoVox System R. Oh, and Dark Vox. So I've used 3 of the Vox systems, which is essentially the Echo system, the Echo slash reverb slash live recording to supposedly capture the EVP and dip it in. Well, anyway, going back to the sound bank, that's what makes me question really 98% of the other applications, because the majority of them have some sort of sound bank. Now, there's a handful of them that sweep IP, and those do not have word banks per se, but they still have actual English words that are being spat out phonetically through the IP radio sweep. It's usually only like 50 milliseconds or so. You only get like maybe 1 word, sometimes 2 syllables. It depends on how fast the DJ is talking. I've noticed that. No matter what, I'm not right or wrong. This is just stuff that I've picked up through my own exploration of this. And I do not want to tell you exactly which apps work and which apps don't. The only reason I'm really into EchoVox right now is because it's something different, and it's something I put off for a long time because I spent $30 on another app. Oh, hey, how's it going? Nice to see you. But I spent $30 on another app, the GB Rift, and I'm not super impressed with it. I have had some interesting things. Off the top of my head, the most interesting possible intelligent response I had was during a game of poker. It might have been the session I gambled my soul on. I don't know. I've played a few hands now, and it was the very first time I played them in a hand of poker, and I believe it was. I may be wrong, but I believe it was. And I asked them, oh, sorry, I'm trying not to bump the table and shake. I just did it right there. I asked them if they wanted to check or bet, and literally a second or two after it, out of the GB Rift, it said check, and maybe twice. In my memory, I once it said check, I commented about it, and then I think there was another check under my voice as I said that. Was it a spirit? I don't know, but the coincidence for that box, the GB Rift, it says on the website, I can't remember the name of the web, ghosthunterapps.com or something. You can go read it yourself, but it supposedly carries 7,500 sound files, I think is what they call them. I don't think they specify word files. And they go into some detail about what it does. It supposedly these files can act as carriers for EVP or the spirit. I don't know, but anyway, for the odds, the coincidence of it saying check at that time at that time and place, in time and space, like seriously, like I don't know. That one was a weird one. That was just off the top of my head. And that's really the only thing that I can remember of that GB Rift. I haven't been too impressed with it. It's intentionally designed to sound more dark. So if you're looking for like a spookier sounding ghost box, that's it. But anyway, that was a $30 one. Wasn't too impressed with it. EchoVox 3.0 is a $30 one. And I put off getting it for a long time because of the $30 price tag. But I picked up a tablet a couple weeks ago or a month ago or something now, and I decided, what the hell? I was messing around with EVR on BlueStacks, and I wanted to get it to work. I didn't understand EVR at all, and using it with BlueStacks as just a computer setup with just a speaker and microphone, I had no clue what EVR was doing. I had no clue about mic gain or reverb, echo, none of that stuff. So I thought maybe BlueStacks, maybe the whole EchoVox system itself isn't designed to run on PCs at all. And maybe that was the issue. So when I got my tablet, the EVR was like the first thing I downloaded, and got it. I played with it and got it to work and figured it out pretty quick, and well, relatively quick. And I haven't tried it on the BlueStacks yet, so I'm not going to do that today, but that's something down the line. I'd like to mess around with BlueStacks in these apps a little bit more. So anyway, I put off EchoVox for a while, and I just recently bought it like 2-3 weeks ago, maybe 3 weeks, I think about. And I've played with it a handful of times and didn't understand what the app was. Just thought it was a normal ghost box, the typical ghost box, and yeah, just kind of quote unquote put it on the shelf because I didn't know, I didn't understand what it did. And By the way, I'm not championing this. I'm not associated with them at all. I'm not getting paid to say anything about this. I'm not telling you which is right or wrong. I'm just explaining my point in my journey right now through this paranormal. And if you don't know, I can't say I'm a full 100% believer, but I think there is something here. And now, as to what that is, I'm not even close to labeling it. I know what the common, most popular belief is, or beliefs, because there's generally it's spirits, demons, guardians, something along those lines. And then you can get into the possibilities: aliens, time travelers, dimensional beings, stuff like that. I think it's something that we are yet to even think of. I think it's something that is still out of our comprehension. And as smart as we think we are not that intelligent. And one of my favorite quotes is by William Shakespeare. And hopefully I can say it right first go. A fool believes himself to be a wise man, while a wise man knows himself to be a fool. I love that quote. Basically just means a wise man knows that you'll never stop learning, and that there's constant information, and to just act like you know everything, it makes you a fool. And that's why I don't know what's going on. This whole process, I do not know what's going on. I do not know if these are real intelligent responses. I don't know if it's completely malarkey and I'm just sitting here talking to this corner of my room with a camera day after day and nothing is happening. But I don't think that's the case. I think I'm catching these weird shimmers, these weird glimpses into this other dimension. Now I want to go over, okay, so let me just tie that knot real quick. Tie that into the next one, is the EchoVox. The EchoVox opened me up to the system of real-time EVP recording. Now, EVP is something that is one of the few things that can be repeated, not on command, but it can be repeated, and it can be repeated by people with degrees and stuff like that. So it's something that is there, that can't be debunked. Nobody knows why it's there. Skeptics think it's maybe rogue radio waves that we somehow capture. If that was the case, I honestly think there wouldn't be an average. There's been people that have been studying EVP for 30, 40, 50 years, and they've come up with statistical averages how long the average EVP is. And the average EVP, like I've said before, it's like roughly 2 seconds. It's like a little under 2 seconds, I believe. And if it was random radio we were getting, why would we always just get these random sporadic of radio hits? Like, it just, in my mind, if it was radio, it would be a bigger division of lengths of sounds, and we would hear things like advertisements and stuff like that. You never hear that on EVP. You never hear shop at Walmart or something. You don't hear that. You hear human-like responses to possible human-like responses to questions. And they're generally whispery and faint. It's, at least in my experience, it's pretty rare. Well, my experience in general, EVP is super rare, unless EchoVox is working. If EchoVox is doing what the creator thinks it's doing, and he doesn't know. He claims it was an accident, and he was trying to figure out a way to make his own ghost app through his phone and not buy one or something, and came up with this idea. But it's, EVP is possible sound that is getting captured. So the EchoVox is utilizing the environmental sound, and that's why it's a real-time EVP. It's essentially a digital voice recorder with a built-in phonetic system putting out sound and looping it back around through its speaker and microphone. And somehow it gets all embedded. Anyway, so real-time EVP and normal EVP. Real-time EVP as in getting on the actual app. Normal EVP as in sitting down, listening to it. I think people call them burst EVP sessions. There's a few different slang terms for it. But to me, it's not real time in the sense of like the EchoVox system. If it's working, I cannot say it's working, but I cannot say it is not working. So my idea is more thinking of sound in general, and I started looking, so I looked into a few other apps, and he happens to have some other apps that are basically white noise generators. And at the same time, Pugsy, my buddy Pugster, released an EVP Studio, which is a white noise generator, all at this weird same time. And then, so I'm thinking this over the last day or two, and then yesterday, Danny Big Bird streams, and he's doing this weird stuff with like the Black Fox, which I got, by the way, and I was gonna run today, but I don't know if I'm gonna run it because he ran it on his stream yesterday. I don't want to like follow people, even though I honestly got this idea like a few days back, and it's crazy to see that it was being done on somebody else's stream. Essentially, I haven't watched every one of his streams. I've only started recently. Like now that I figured out EchoVox, I've only seen like the last like 6 streams or something, or 5, maybe. I've watched parts of others. So yeah, what I want to do is I want to use different methods. I want to use the EchoVox to try to record EVP, as well as the classical digital voice recorder to record EVP, while utilizing these different things. Let me show you real quick a couple of them. I need to download Pugsters onto this. I just fired this up at the last second. Am I screen sharing? Yeah. Okay, so this is just, oh crap. Yeah, these are just the apps I've got. As you can see, I just got EchoVox Classic. Now we're gonna start off with EchoVox 2.0 because I haven't used it at all on a stream, and we're gonna start off with that just for a bit, and then we're gonna test out this stuff over here. This is the SV1, and we're also gonna test out Pugster's app, the EVP Studio. Now these, let me just fire this one up. This one just makes basically white noise, but it's like a weird noise. Check this out. See if you guys can hear this. It kind of sounds like Transformers. Oh, I'm screenshot. Let me screenshot. Yeah, so this is the SV1 Spirit Box. It's free, and it's basically a noise generator. It's crazy blends and noises. It supposedly has no voices. I kind of heard a voice right there. I think it has no. I haven't researched these older ones quite as in depth, so I can't tell you. Anyway, so that's that. That's just one idea. I can show you here. Let me show you on my tablet Pugster's new application. Pugster, if you're watching, buddy, thank you, man. This is actually a really cool idea. DJ got his music on it too. Can you guys hear it? I don't know if you can hear it. It's really faint. Okay, I guess I can turn. Yeah, hell yeah. All right, so anyway, this is basically just going old school. It is, I don't know if you guys saw, oh man, kind of hard to see. I got to turn off, or turn down the brightness real quick. But anyway, I don't know if you saw Shadow Stalker. Shadow Stalker did put a video out yesterday testing it, which I thought was awesome. Just giving it a go. What is the issue? I'm just trying to turn down the brightness real quick. Yeah, that's usually the issue. Let's see if you can see it now. I got turned down just a little bit more. She ran a short session just showing it and kind of checking it out and seeing if anything could happen. I only watched it once. I didn't sit down and review it a bunch of times to see if she captured anything. She may have captured something. Yeah, there you go. You can see it better now. It's opposite. Okay, so essentially what this is, there's a free version and there's $1. The paid version is just $1. And I think the only difference is a limitation on the recording. Maybe, I don't know. I just got the $1 one. I just got paid like the other day, so I didn't mind. But so it has a power button, and when the power button goes on, it just creates white noise. It's a white noise emulator, and what it's doing is essentially creating the background radiation from the Big Bang. Theorized. This is all theorized. Well, I mean, this isn't theorized. This is radiation. This is some sort of radiation that's in space, that's emanating through permeating all throughout space right now, and bombarding us. And you can see this on your old TVs when you flip them to channel 3 or whatever. And I've done this before. Back when I started EVP, I actually would use my old school, it's down under here now, but my old school like 32-inch tube television as the as a white noise generator. And it's really creepy. When I was new at it, like my third or fourth session, the TV turned off and it kind of wigged me out. But I don't know, man. I wasn't able to debunk it. It only happened once. So here, let's see if we can hear it. It has a volume channel. It's a little touchy. I don't know if it's just this on this because it's a tablet or what. I have a hard time messing with it, the volume. Anyway, this creates a bed of white noise in the background, and it's theorized that this white noise may be able to help these entities create their phonetics louder or easier, perhaps. So this is another one that we're going to test out here in a bit. Thank you, Pugs, man. You can record your session and share it. I have not played with the actual recording part. I've just messed around a little bit with the actual thingamabobber, but it's a cool idea, and I think it's awesome. I think this whole sound pit of like trying to capture real-time EVP is really, I think, where I'm more veering towards now. I've really worked the heck out of those ghost boxes, the ones with word banks. I've worked them and worked them and worked them, and I've left it up to you to decide. I'm still undecided, but I'm needing a new avenue, and sound in general is really cool. And I have a decent microphone as well, and I'm working. I mean, you've seen it on the other screen. I'm working in this corner, so I can have this possibly a way to bounce sound around. I don't know. I'm trying to learn in general more about sound and sound engineering and stuff like that. Reverb and echo alone is quite detailed. All right, so there's those. Oh yeah, and then I always forgot I had this. This is another Appy Droid. This is the EVP recorder, and it's I think when I take a bathroom break or something, I'm gonna test this out. This is really cool. I'll show it to you in a bit. This is, I believe, a free one, actually. They may have a paid version. I don't know. I can't remember. If it is a paid one as well, it's probably not going to be more than $1. Pugs is mostly all free, if not like $1. I think there's one that's a little bit more, but it's, or maybe that was the Orp one. I don't know. Anyway, hello, everyone sitting in chat. If you're there, good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you are. It's good to see you. I'll be talking to you guys in a minute. I just wanted to go over this stuff, talk about where my brain is at right now, and show off just a couple of things that I've got over the last few days to test out these ideas. And I have not I've only experimented with the EVP Studio, and that was real brief after Pugsy uploaded it or whatever. Real stinking brief. But I kind of went on a little tear, and I got 1, 2, 3, 4 more of stinking Danny's apps, 5 if you count EchoVox, but they're mostly auditory ones where they create different sounds. Here, I guess I have to turn this one down real quick. And I want to just mess with sound. I want to play more with sound and EVP, because EVP is something that's different than ghostboxing. Ghostboxing, especially with word banks, you may be getting responses that are intelligent in sound, and they may even be spirits, but it's really hard to discern which ones are the actual spirits when you're listening to a couple hundred words in an hour or something, if you get my drift. All right, so that's disconnected. And it's just in general, possible intelligent responses out of a stream of 1,000 or 500 words or whatever is way more debatable than a crazy word or two that got picked up randomly that nobody else could have said or asked. I mean, obviously this could all be fake. I could be faking this, but I think over this time it's pretty crystal clear that I'm just being myself, and this is it. Like, I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know what the hell these are. If you want to watch me, cool. I don't say the 2 most said things on YouTube. I let the viewers decide what they want us to do, and yeah, it's up to you guys. It's all up to you. You're the ones that matter in the long run. I'm doing this for myself, and I just happened to meet a group of people. And I was going to upload my stuff on my own anyway. And this is the same thing I was doing, just easier for me, working a full-time job. I don't have to sit and try to edit and chop and wait for upload time. It's just way easier. All right. So I just got to connect this real quick. So I want to show you, let you listen to a couple of these things. The first one's interesting. Spirit One, or Spiritone, however you want to pronounce it. It's another stinking Danny. Yeah, I hooked that dude up with, like, I don't know. See if you count EchoVox. I don't know. He's now with 3 in EVR. Yeah, he's got probably like 80 of my bones. $80 at least. Anyway, listen to this. This is interesting. This is like a crazy different random tone. It's a tone generator and sound blend. Check this out. All right, so that's crazy. It even has this cool, I don't know if you read it, but that big line on the bottom, it says cleansing tones. You know, this is interesting because the way I was raised, like when my mom would cleanse, or whatever the term is again, with the sage, what's it called again? You know what I'm talking about. I want to say squeegee for some reason, but it's something like that. At the end, she would ring these crystals. She had this a crystal chime, like this long chime on this wooden thing, and she'd bash the little chime and go bing, and that was supposed to be like the finalized clip. Oh, what the hell is it called? I can't remember. Anyway, yeah, you guys will say in chat here in a minute. So anyway, I got a couple more of those kind of apps that just make sounds, just play with sounds. And the SV1 is a free one. I showed you that one. And then I got the SV2, and that is, I think it's like a $6 one or something like that. And it's another just random noise, random white noise generator. This one has a few controls. You can control either all the channels, random channels. Each channel has its own kind of speed controls. There's a reverb setting. It's actually pretty cool. It has a record. I haven't messed with this one at all, but this is another just random noise generator. I kind of like this one the best, actually. Except this gap. I'm not a fan of this gap. See, this is just giving them more random sounds. More random sounds, essentially, that they can utilize and maybe pick up. And the crazy thing is now playing with all this, like all this stuff can be used in combination, especially with the tablets. The tablets, you can run multiple apps at once. You could try to run, I could try to run the white noise. I've done this with the Jensen. I've made a white noise emulator out of that one. This bad boy down here. But yeah, so we're gonna start off with the EchoVox 2.0, the classic EchoVox, just to warm things up, and then I'm gonna try some EVP stuff. I don't really have it super planned out. I kind of gave you just a few ideas of stuff that's rattling in my head. I don't have it, like I said, planned out. So let's just start that up. I'm gonna screen share that after I start it. And you know what's cool? I kind of like the EchoVox because 2.0, it's just a more simple one. The only thing I believe it's missing is the reverb. And obviously it has 2 less channels that you can cycle through. Here, let me screen share. Bop, bop, bop. Oh yeah, so this is, I have this on my BlueStacks. But yeah, so it's relatively the same. Mic gain's on this side. Everything starts out real high. Kind of like bumping things, just slowing them down. I actually only listened to this one for about 5-10 minutes last night, so I'm not too experienced with this newer / older. The auto blend only goes 1 speed as well. There's an echo. I'm going to stop. I'm not going to use the echo. Oh, crap. Right away. I'm going to wait a little bit. I've been like all about the echo because I thought that's what was needed. But I don't know. When I was going through watching some other videos, some people say it doesn't matter. You'll catch them no matter what. You'll catch them with or without the echo. It's just the reason I got all hooked on the echo is on one of the creator of EchoVox's streams. He talked about how he noticed that there's non-echoing responses when you use echo for some reason, and he believes that those might be EVP as well. And so when I heard that, I started listening for it because I didn't know that on EchoVox 3.0, and I was like, whoa, he's right. It's crazy. All right, so I just have to pardon me for 2 seconds. Oops, not volume, playback devices. Have to connect. I really need to get 2 of these. I need to get another of my better cameras as well. I was going to try to get one of those, but I'm going to get that probably in the next week or 2. Okay, there we go. So this is EchoVox 2.0. We're going to let this warm up for a bit. I'm going to say what's up to everybody in chat, see how you guys are doing. All right, guys, you know the drill. Oh, real quick, real quick, just a little bit more blabbing. I just want to go over real quick. I'm using the website Paranormal Task Force. I think it's a .com. .com for my references for this EVP. This is just quick. I'm just going to read just a few things real quick about the history going into EVP. I'm going to read this verbatim off the website, just a few paragraphs, because I just think it's interesting and I want to add it into the stream before we start it all off. So this is according to this website. You can cross-reference with other websites. It's all pretty much the same. But Thomas Edison is basically where it all goes back. Some of the older, when it goes back to EVP, ghost boxing goes back even farther. But the known history of EVP dates back to the 1920s and to the famous American inventor Thomas Edison. Mr. Edison, backwards. Sorry about that. It's got it backwards. Don't worry about it. Okay. Attempted to develop a method to communicate with the dead after his own mother fell deathly ill. After he started devising methods to communicate with the dead, his mother passed away and made Mr. Edison more eager to perfect a method to communicate with her. In October of 1920, an article appeared in American magazine entitled Edison Working to Communicate with the Next World, and other similar headlines made it across the globe. Later, Mr. Edison was quoted as saying, "If our personality survives, then it is strictly logical or scientific to assume that it retains memory, intellect, other faculties, and knowledge that we acquire on this earth. Therefore, if we can evolve an instrument so delicate as to be affected by our personality as it survives in the next life, such an instrument, when made available, ought to record something." And he said this to a reporter from the American magazine. And it goes on, with help from his assistant, Dr. Miller Hutchinson, he started to physically build what he intelligibly devised in theory. While his devised machine was started, it was never finished by Mr. Edison due to his death in 1931. This machine, which was later named the Thomas Edison Communicator, or TEC, is believed by some to have been completed by others through experimentation of using Mr. Edison's surviving notes. So that's where basically EVP history kind of kicks off, and then jumps into 1949. Marcello Bacci, he was using an old valve radio, recording voices with unknown sources, which he claimed was dead. People traveled far and wide to his home in Italy with hopes to talk to their dear departed ones. Now, let's see. Supposedly, an article was written by Professor Salvatore Mario Festa, a physicist who witnessed Bacci's phenomena firsthand, and stated, "It is thanks to this privilege that today I could analyze the phenomenon through many different angles and facets, therefore acquiring immediately the certainty of its authenticity." So there's 1949. And then this is really, I just want to finish with this part. Frederick Jurgensen. 1959. He's really kind of considered the father of EVP because he was kind of the one that just kind of kicked it off, and he recorded. Here, I'll just explain it real quick. 1959, Fredrik Jurgensen, a Swedish opera singer, painter, and film producer who's considered by most to be the father of EVP, was recording the songs and noises of birds while out for a stroll. When he played back his recording, he heard his deceased mother's voice saying, "Fredrik," or Friedrich, however you want to pronounce it, "you are being watched. And Friedel, my little Friedel, can you hear me?" After realizing what he captured, Mr. Jurgensen entered into a recording frenzy in hopes of recontacting his mother and other deceased relatives. Before his death in 1964, he recorded an innumerable amount of tapes in which many more voices of the deceased were collected. They were tested by scientists, radio experts, and sound technicians. However, not one of them could find a valid technical reason for this phenomenon. Mr. Jurgensen also published 2 great books before his death: Voices from the Universe and Radio Contact with the Dead. So there's a lot more information that goes on after that. I just wanted to tie in the basic starting of EVP. We're going to kick off EchoVox now and listen to that. I'll ask a few questions, see if we can get things going, and then we'll just kind of naturally evolve it into an EVP session and see what happens, see what I feel. Maybe start off just old school EVP, maybe start off with Pugsters. I don't know. We'll just kind of do it naturally and see how things go. All right, so that's not too long, about half an hour intro. And away we shall go. Auto blend this. All right, let me see what's up to chat. Hello, chat. Hello. Hope everybody's doing good. Hello, future people watching this from the past. I hope you guys are doing good as well. That'd be funny if like this wasn't streaming the whole time. Yeah, Aaron, what's up? I guess let me say hello to everybody. Good morning, everybody. DJ, Kirsten, Peter, Ghoster, Doppel, Aaron, Ulrich. Anybody else? Shadow, what's up, Shadow? Who's that? Thomas. Hey, bud. Nice to meet you. So here we go. EchoVox. If there isn't, I can't say I'm a believer, but I think something's here. I don't know if it's ghost. I think it's something that we haven't comprehended. Can't comprehend. Who knows?
Yes.
So guys, what's going on here? My friends, if you're around me today, there's a bunch of phonetics coming out and looping around through the microphone and speaker. We think you might be able to capture these somehow, or talk into this device. See, this is interesting. This is different than a phone. So this is interesting to see what we hear. Whoa. All right, so my name is Rusty.
Fine.
Christen my YouTube name, Rusty Reporter.
No.
If you can try to say my name back to me throughout this process, that'd be greatly appreciated. The way I can possibly confirm communication with you. But what we're doing now is we're going to use this system that's putting out phonetics, let you try to get warmed up, utilize it, figure things out, and then we're going to swap into a different form of communication, similar but different. I want to stay. I haven't used this in a legit session at all. This is my first session with this. I do have this on my tablet too. I'm a little crazy. Yeah, so he's probably gotten close to $100. It's all good, man. I'm so different with money than most people. I've lived so poor. I grew up so poor. I'm making roughly, I think, $17,000 a year right now, and this is the nicest I've ever lived. And I'm happy. I'm different with money, man. I want to get this stuff to experiment. I need to experiment. Good morning, Mr. Hidden. Hey, I saw your message, buddy. I just I saw it on my tablet right before I fired up the stream. I'll talk to you after. I'll send you a message after the stream. My bacon buddy, bro. This one definitely. This only has 2 word banks, I believe. Yeah, that's bank A, bank B. And it's a different sounding one than bank A of EchoVox 3.0. That's for sure. Hey, try to say Rusty, guys. That's a way I can possibly confirm that you're here, because I can't see you. Well, that was an interesting one. Thank you. Guys, go ahead and just talk. Say whatever you'd like, too. I'm not going to make you say anything if you don't want to. Yeah. What's up, Pugster? Hey, man, I'm going to be using your EVP studio here in just a little bit. I want to use your EVP recorder, too, on one of my breaks. I downloaded it a while ago, and like I freaking totally forgot about that EVP recorder, and I was playing with it last night. It's pretty cool, actually. Pain, blood. See, supposedly there shouldn't be words coming out of this. Supposedly they should be chopped up enough to where it's just phonetics. But I don't know. I think some of them, they're such short words that they just they just miss the slices so that they make it out. Sup? Sup? Yo. What's up, guys? Are you? So you're here? Is it? You figuring out these systems? Are you? Okay. Awesome. Well, how you guys doing, man? Did you have a good night? Cool. Well, I had a decent day. Well, night at work, I guess. All in all, okay. Not great, but not terrible. My Monday, I got my Monday over with. I know it's Saturday, but for me, it's the start of my work week. So it's my Monday. I always call it my Monday. I'm still getting used to these weird days because I had Sunday, Monday off for like 2 months, and I got totally used to that. It's been screwing up my times the last couple weeks getting back into this. How many guys around me this morning?
Yeah.
Can you see me?
No.
Why, hello there, Mr. Poster. Why, hello there, Miss Amelia.
Yeah. No. These.
Dude, ask him. I've heard ask him a few times now. What do you guys want to ask me?
Yeah.
Please.
Please ask me anything.
Why?
And what?
He.
But that. Yes. And
Interesting. This is extremely interesting. I'm going to switch cameras just real quick. I've gotten spoiled with my tablet. I'm used to not having to worry about any audio problems when no audio problems when what am I saying? Oh, with the tablet, because for whatever reason, freaking Google Hangout does not like you changing cameras while you're using a PC audio program. It'll quiet it. It's very annoying. Interesting. It sounds so much different without the shuffle on.
no. Break that. Full. No.
When?
Me. So.
That flashlight's a little annoying.
Did.
Cool.
Here. That. Was. Four.
I don't need this on because this is a little better camera.
Now.
Go.
I like messing around with the lighting. Lighting was something I didn't even screw with like my first like 20, 30 sessions. Now I'm like hooked on it. What did I just do with that?
Goes.
Okay, well, thank you all. We're going to let this go for a few more minutes, and then we're going to test out some EVP stuff with some EVP or some background making, easy for me to say. White noise background sound making devices, something along those lines.
Love.
Son of a... You're not supposed to see the pretty lights. You're supposed to just see the effect of it. Oh, it kind of sounded like it said rust, or at least the "st" part of rusty.
Yeah.
Apart.
What are you looking at, elephant? Pay attention.
Apple.
Apple?
Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't had a stinking apple in ever. I don't have any apples, I'm sorry.
And
I don't think I have any fruit. Would you like a pack of ramen noodles? I have some ramen noodles. What flavor ramen noodles would you like?
You're right.
Okay, yeah. I heard that "st" part for sure. Well, thank you guys. Hey, can you tell me how long have I been trying to communicate with you?
Him. Miss.
I know. I need to eat better in general. I know. I eat so terrible. Because I don't have a lady in my life to cook good dinners for me, so I just eat crud. What's your guys' favorite fruit of all time? Bean? Bean is a fruit? Right? Isn't it a fruit according to an old rhyme? Oh no, Jurgen, huh? I was talking about Frederick or Fried. No, I think it's Frederick. Yeah, Frederick Jurgensen. Well, they spell it different here. They spell it Friedrich and Frederick. Funny.
Yeah. Well.
Oh, I got real chatty there. Half the thing's relatively low. The sliders, dials, whatever. How long have you guys been around me?
And be clear.
Is
And from this
the
from brief
Brief. You guys are interacting with me quite normally, but so whoever said brief, that means that you're brand new around me. You've never been around me, huh? Whoever said brief.
With
Hi.
First time seeing me.
first
So what I do is I try to communicate with you guys. I talk like a crazy man at my work and let anything know that might be around, and I'm going to try to communicate with them later. I even did it outside my work at my little pre-smoke spot just because it felt kind of odd.
Slap you.
Slap you? Don't slap me, please. No. You don't need to slap.
Please.
What? You said please right after that. That's funny. So again, this is EchoVox Classic. It's called System 2.0. A little limit, just basically a more a smaller version of EchoVox 3.0. Hey for horses. Love. Well, there's a bunch of freaking words coming out of this. And you know what's interesting? I was watching a dude's video. Brian Holloway. Interesting guy. I've just started watching him actually in the last few days. And he likes EchoVox too. And he says he's had sessions where he's heard nothing but gibberish. Every time I fire on the EchoVox, I hear words. So what does that mean? Does that mean my place is haunted? I don't get any activity besides possibly verbal interaction. Hey, why can't you guys interact physically with me? Or anything in my room / place? Am I protected?
Al.
dead. No, you're not protected. You're dead. Well, it is a cool theory, cool idea that we all may be dead. Maybe we're talking to the live ones.
Long. Cool.
Hey, so have any of you around me, have you ever met other people that are trying to communicate with you? Well, what I'm going to do is I'm going to use another, the reason I asked that is I'm going to use another process of how we try to communicate with you called EVP. We're going to perform some live EVP and some real-time EVP. Now, I kind of consider them different. Live is more recording old school on your digital voice recorder and seeing what comes up. Real-time is using the EchoVox system without words and just seeing if we can use sounds to get looped through the process to see if we can get real-time EVP through that, through just using sound and no voices at all, just white noise. I don't think that spirit tone would create. I don't know. I don't know much about it. I just got it because it looked really cool and it was cheap. And I didn't really know much about it. I just figured it was some sort of tonal generator. And that's basically what it is. So have you guys tried to work with people that are practicing EVP, are trying to capture EVP? Have you guys worked with people like that before? There's brief again. See, so is that somehow a word bank that didn't get chopped up? Like that, like I was using that Brian gentleman for a reference. He claims he's been an investigator for 20 years, and you know he seems very sincere. I haven't watched all his stuff. I've only watched a handful of his stuff. Don't know much about the guy, but in one of his videos, he said using EchoVox, he's gone to places and heard nothing but gibberish. Every time I fire up the EchoVox or EVR, I hear English. I hear words. So what does that mean? That means either there's actually words that are coming through the app, or these words are somehow spirits, and I'm getting more activity for whatever reason. I believe in you guys. I just can't fully say I 100% believe in you. Like, I think you're here. I think there's something here. As to what it is, I can't say what it is. And I can't see you. I can't feel you. Go ahead and just say whatever you'd like for a few minutes. Tell me about yourself. Tell me anything you want. What was that flickering? That was weird. First. All right, well, I'm gonna let you talk for about 3 to 5 more minutes, and then we're gonna try some EVP experimentation. Oh, what guy said bet? That's like an old school say from like the 90s, from like the Juice and Know the Limit days. Bet. I bet. That's funny. Or do you want me to bet my soul? I ain't gambling my soul on this. I want high stakes. I want something. And besides, you guys wouldn't say the words. You have to tell me the words I want to hear for me to gamble my soul too. And I haven't heard that last time I tried. So I'm not even thinking about that today. Today is just about random EVP experimentation, doodling, thingamabobber, jigamawobbers, gigawatts, 2.20 or 1.21 gigawatts. What the hell is a gigawatt?
Go.
It's DJ's music.
Those.
Well,
All.
that.
All right, guys. Well, we're going to take a break from this in just about a minute or two. And then we're going to test out another way that we could try to communicate. Sound good?
Gas.
I heard a yeah.
Right. Back in and
Back.
We're going to try some EVP.
but
See what happens.
Best.
Best, good.
No. Off.
Shut off.
and
Okay.
Yeah.
Sound like it said shut off.
With.
Interesting.
and
Okay. So there's that little warm up with EchoVox 2.0. It's called EchoVox Classic on Google Play. I think it's like $15, something like that. And yeah, I just have to mess with my audio real quick and just turn off Bluetooth disabled. Turn on here. Just take a second. I have to turn that brightness all the way down so you guys can see that. No, what are you doing? There we go. All right. Okay, so I just want to make sure everything looks good. Yes, that looks good. Okay. So I showed you the EVP Studio at the beginning. It's basically just going to emulate a old school television, and it'll also be putting out the sound of that background radiation. Now, I'm assuming it's actual white noise that's just recorded from an actual old tube television. I don't know for sure, but I'm assuming that's probably the case, because it doesn't matter. I mean, anybody could do that. You could do that if you really wanted to. It's just, this is really cool looking, and it if I recorded and made my own white noise, I wouldn't have this cool little mini TV. Who knows? Maybe they'll be able to manipulate the actual visual part of this. I don't know. It's all experimental in the long run. Nobody knows the answers. And if somebody claims to know the answers, you must be very wary of them, because there's multiple sides, multiple facets to every story. And just try to remain as open-minded as you can, but then skeptical too. You can't just take everybody's word, because there are charlatans out there. Okay, so here we go. Let's turn this bad boy on. See what it sounds like. So that's what it sounds like. I'm gonna put this over by the device. Maybe not right next to it. Something like that, maybe. All right, I gotta move away from the table so I don't accidentally bump the table. I'm not touching the table. You know, I really should show myself. Here, we're just gonna run. I mean, hopefully I've built up the credibility that I'm not. All my other EVP stuff, I think I have one video that maybe sounds like an EVP, but I haven't gone over in detail. The majority of stuff I've listened to doesn't sound like I capture anything. So I don't know. I guess I'll show myself later. I just don't. I already set it up, and I just play with it like this. All right. EVP test. It is 9:04 a.m. Mountain Standard Time, July 25th, 2015. We're using the EVP Studio tablet app by AppyDroid Studios. I'm not sure what your full name is. Anyway, my name is Rusty Reporter, and I would like to try to communicate with you guys. If you can come over and try to speak into this silver device here. We'll start off with just some basic questions, and after I ask the question, I'll wait about 15-20 seconds, give you some time to answer. So my name is Rusty. Can we please try to hear any names of any individuals around me, please? What I'm using here is a white noise generator used to create this bed of noise. Does it help you to communicate? Okay, thank you. Lastly, can you please just go ahead and tell me anything you'd like to say? Go ahead, please. All right, thank you very much. Mark that a second before I talked, I clicked on my mouse and mic got picked up. I don't know, in an EVP session. Okay, and now I'm going to hook up my my digital voice recorder to my speaker, and we'll see what pops out of that. EVP test. It is 9:04 a.m. Mountain Standard Time, July 25th, 2015. We're using the EVP Studio tablet app by AppyJoy. Studios? I'm not sure what your full name is. Anyway, my name is Rusty Reporter, and I would like to try to communicate with you guys. If you can come over and try to speak into this silver device here. We'll start off with just some basic questions, and after I ask the question, I'll wait about 15-20 seconds to give you some time to answer. So my name is Rusty. Can we please try to hear any names of any individuals around me, please? What I'm using here is a white noise generator used to create this bed of noise. Does it help you to communicate? Okay, thank you. Lastly, can you please just go ahead and tell me anything you'd like to say? Go ahead, please. All right, thank you very much. Mark that. Interesting. Did I hear anything? I don't know. The first question, I thought I heard a couple tonal, something tone, like a tone change. Maybe voice. I don't know. Don't know. Okay, so this time, I believe you can do it straight on your phone / tablet with the recording devices on it. So we're gonna try. Test this out. Run it. I gotta turn this off. See, I really need 2 of these, so I don't have to do this every time. I think no, that's right. I did play around with it. The microphone, I don't think it's nearly as well. I think you need to really use like really as well. I need an external microphone. I don't know. Let's try it. I have the weird. I think it's just my tablet. I have the hardest time with the volume. All right, EVP test recording with the EVP studio itself. If you're here with me, can you say I am here with you, please? Mark this. I'm moving this closer. If you're here with me, try to say I am here with you. I'm going to ask you again. Can you please say your name to me? Thank you. Can you please tell me, does the world look the same to you as it does to me? If so, can you say yes, it does? All right, thank you. All right, EVP test recording with the EVP studio itself. If you're here with me, can you say I am here with you? There we go. All right, EVP test recording with the EVP studio itself. If you're here with me, can you say I am here with you, please? Mark this. I'm moving this closer. If you're here with me, try to say I am here with you. I'm gonna ask you again. Can you please say your name to me? Thank you. Can you please tell me, does the world look the same to you as it does to me? If so, can you say yes, it does? Thank you. Okay, very cool. I'm gonna share that. I'm gonna do one more, and I'm gonna share those. I don't know if you can share them back to back. Here, let me share this one first. So, my first live stream version of this. EVP Studio. I just want to make sure I don't call it the wrong thing. Geez, a lot of choices. Here, Google Plus. There you go. Just once. Oh yeah, here we go. Add photo. No. Right. Oh, here we go. First EVP recorder app. Oops. EVP recorder. God. Fat fingers. App. First EVP recorder app. Test. There we go. First EVP recorder test. Good enough. I think that's it. I can add a photo if I want. All right, sending to G plus, my first ever. Yeah, there it goes. So yeah, you can listen to that with headphones, see if it's any better. All right, let's go for another one. That's interesting. That's pretty cool. Let's kind of put it over here slightly, a little farther away maybe. EVP studio test number 2, 9:16 a.m., July 25th, 2015, Rusty Reporter. If you're here with me, go ahead and say anything into this device over here. Please, go ahead now. Can you tell me, am I in danger trying to communicate with you? Now, the man that created this application's name is Pugster. Can you try to say Pugster's name into this box for me to say thank you, or even say thank you? Go ahead, please. All right, thank you. Ending EVP session number 2. Here we go. See what it sounds like. Play it, send it out, and then I'm going to fire up EVP recorder and take a break. And while I'm taking a break, EVP recorder will be doing the work for me. So let's go ahead and play this. EVP studio test number 2, 9:16 a.m., July 25th, 2015, Rusty Reporter. If you're here with me, go ahead and say anything into this device over here. Please, go ahead now. Can you tell me, am I in danger trying to communicate with you? I just moved the speaker away if it sounded different. I just wanted to
Now, the man that created this application's name is Pugster. Can you try to say Pugster's name into this box for me to say thank you? Or you can say thank you. Go ahead, please. All right, thank you. Any EVP?
Awesome. It's pretty cool. All right. I'm going to share it. Oh, it automatically. Oh, that was the end of it anyway. I was like, it automatically stopped. Wow. Knew when my speaker turned off. That was just the end of it. All right. Second. EVP. I'm doing this left-handed, so forgive me if it's really slow. Evo test? No, not Evo. EVP. Why'd you autocorrect it to Evo? If it says Evo on the other one, forgive me. I didn't even notice. All right, second EVP studio test. Sent. Sending. Sent. All right. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna be checking those later. I'm gonna check chat in a minute here. I wasn't sure if you guys could even really be hearing those. It was really faint on the bars, on the Hangout bars when they show you the audio. I have noticed in past people can hear it, but I don't know if you were hearing that one at all. Interesting. Yeah, okay, cool. Well, those are uploaded now, guys, so you can check those out and really dissect them. Tap the scroll wheel. Oh, you tap it. I've been trying to oh, you just tap it. I've been trying to freaking give it a nipple twister. No, that's funny. Awesome, Pugs. Thank you, buddy. Dude, so yeah, let me show you guys real quick then. I just want to make sure. Good. I'm glad everybody's doing good. I'm glad everybody looks like they're feeling all right, you know. Good old Saturdays. Okay, so now we're going to fire up the EVP the EVP recorder while I go take a break, because the EVP recorder is designed to basically kind of do the work for you. You can kind of just leave it in, let's say you're at a location, you can leave it in a room and it'll ask the questions for you. It's pretty cool, actually. It's a good idea. So this is the question timer. Default comes at 10. I'm gonna move it just a little bit farther, maybe 14, 15, and I believe all I have to do now is just press. Hey, Pugster, I'm not sure about the auto session timer setup. Is that when I hit it, it'll record in 1 second or then 3 seconds? That's what I think. So you can hit it and then walk away and get out of the room with the 15-second one. That's what I think it is. I haven't messed with the frequency generator, but yeah. So once I hit this, I'm gonna step away for a few minutes, and it's gonna be recording and asking questions on its own. I guess I need to move the speaker over here. But you guys can't really hear the questions too well. How to do this? Here, let's move. Best of both worlds. Bam. It's a crazy angle. Okay. Maybe something like this. Don't fall. Okay. And speaker is actually just over here, just a little bit more like over in this area, but the microphone is right here, so that's perfect. And I think I'm pretty much ready. I don't want to leave this like this. I feel like it's gonna fall. I got to be really careful of what I put it on. Yeah, this work. I accidentally accidentally shut down a stream one time by putting something up in this area. Yeah, you guys don't really need to see all this crap. This is all my junk. Yeah, I think that's about it. So I'm gonna get up. So I'm already walking away. I'm gonna put it on 3 second. Yeah, that's got to be 3 second delay, and then go for it.
Is anyone here with us? What do you want from us? Do you need our help? Can you make contact with us in any way? If anyone is here, please make a noise or move something.
Mark that.
We mean you no harm, we just want you to make contact with us. What is your name? Tell me something about yourself.
All right, that's it. It stopped recording. Okay. That's not a P jar, by the way. This is for future experimentation. It'll be saved for that. But right now, it's just mainly just lighting. Kind of adds like a cool effect. I thought I'd make that clear. I was walking by a truck the other day. Oh, crap. I was walking by this truck that had a pee jug under the bottom, and I just under their front door, and I don't know if it was a pee jug, but it was like a gallon jug that was like a quarter full. So I just assumed it was a pee jug because that's my grandparents used to have to do that. They were truckers. They used coffee cans, gallon jugs, whatever. All right, so let's play this bad boy. See what it sounds like. See if you can hear me moving around.
Is anyone here with us?
Oh, this one's really faint. Yeah, I'm not gonna. Anyway, you got the gist of what this app does. I was just basically filling my dead air with a synthesized sexy lady voice. But yeah, this is EVP Studio Auto Recorder. Check it out. It's Google Play. Pretty cool. All right, so I'm doing this all off the cuff, whatever the freaking term is. I don't have any of this planned out. I just had the basic idea and I'm running with it. I think it's better that way, more organic, less fake, and Yeah, I don't know what I'm doing. I think that's pretty obvious. All right, so now we've tried the EVP Studio a few times, shared those. Now I'm going to try a couple times with a couple more of these, and then we're going to go back to ghost boxing. And I don't even know what to throw on. I haven't even thought of it yet. Oh, I did pick up something else. Oh, crap. That's my other camera. I decided this was one of the first ghost hunting apps I ever got, was that stinking Ghost Radar. So I decided to go all out and get, I think it was like $2.99 or $3.99. And this is the Connect. Oh, wait, this is a different app. This is the Pandora. That's just like a white. All right, so yeah, check this out. This is the fancy Connect version one. I can share and stuff with this one too. Does it work? I don't know. I like that you can add sound, more words to it. I've increased the vocabulary some. Standard. It just says standard. Does it work? I don't know. There's an actual warm-up time that you can turn the speaking off during the warm-up. So if it does work, the voices that you're hearing at the beginning aren't probably actually anything, because it's like a warm-up process anyway. I'm not a full avid believer in this app, but it was cheap. And I figured, what the hell? I don't know what the hell's going on. Maybe it works. Maybe it doesn't. I don't know. I'm not going to be spending like more than $15, I think, on these apps. I'm not going to get any. There's some of these apps, like this is the Pandora Spirit Box. I think this one was like a $5 one or something. This is essentially just like another white noise generator that has some sort of vocabulary system that puts words up here where it says activate scanner. I can't tell you if it's real or not, but I mainly got it because it has a cool sounding white noise. Check this out. Just, I don't know. I was just bored, and I had an extra 50 bones this month from my game sharing from my work, so I got some apps. So we're gonna test out a couple more of these sound ones, and then we'll throw on a ghost box. I don't know. Probably I would like to get Appy Droid. Hey Pugster, if you're still around, man, I don't know what's going on with the old school Appy Droid, the original Appy Droid. It seems to be getting hung up. I've tried this on my tablet and on my PC, and it seems to be getting caught up on IP to where it'll like do its word break and then word break, and then it'll stop and there'll just be a break for like 30 seconds, and then like a word kicks in. So I don't know if that's just something with my internet connection or if it's something with that, but it's just something I noticed the last couple of days of me trying to run Appy Droid, because I tried to run Appy Droid first when I did Appy Droid 2 a couple of days ago. Yeah, we're not going to use a Steve Holte box. Dom's been using that. I'm going to pass on that one for now. Maybe in a bit here. I really don't know what to do. But yeah, we're going to fire up one of these. I'm going to do the SV2 sounds and play with this for just a little bit. Do an EVP session or two. Do an EVP session on this. Do an EVP session on another one. And then go back to ghost boxing. And then I'll probably be on for another hour and a half, probably, about. So just to let you know about the time frame, give or take. I just wanted to run some live experimentation, change it up. Doesn't always have to be ghost boxing every time. Even though I love it, I'm pretty much addicted to it. All right. So this is that crazy one. Oh, you know we are going. I know what ghost box we're going to. Okay, I know what's happening. All right, where'd my digital voice recorder go? All right, so I'm putting this all over here. Hitting record. EVP test with the Spirit, the SV2 white noise generator, random white noise. If you're here with me, please try to speak with me. We're utilizing and just testing different methods and ideas. Go ahead, say anything you'd like. Thank you. How many of you are around me right now, please? Are you dead or am I dead? Okay, thank you. Any EVP session? Okay, so that was interesting. I actually heard a like a young child voice sounding through that, and some other sounding voice. So hopefully, the digital voice recorder picked that up. And yeah, I don't know. Will it pick up a random EVP on the digital voice recorder itself, or was that an EVP through that? I don't know. We'll just play it and see. And going back to the ghost box, what I'm gonna do is we're gonna go back to the 2.0 EchoVox and just use that, but we're gonna use the Echo system, and that we're gonna try it without the words and then with the words, but with different sounds going through the echo part. So we're gonna be, for instance, this SV2. I'll play this in the background while. Oh, I don't know if that will conflict. Oh, that won't conflict with this because this is, I don't know. There may be a sound difference because I do have this on my tablet too. I don't know. We're going to mess around with that stuff as well. Just see what happens. I don't know, man. Like I said, I do not have this freaking planned out. I am not a professional. I have no clue what I'm really doing. I just have the kind of basic grasp of certain ideas that are popular in the field. Are they correct? I don't know. Maybe, maybe not. But I think that we need to expand our ideas. We need to research different avenues. We need to think up new things. To me, it's getting stagnant. My ear just started ringing all crazy on my left ear. That's so weird when that happens. All right, here we go. Nope, might help if I press play. Okay, whoops, hold on. I gotta turn. See, this is a little bit of an annoyance right there. I'm gonna swap back and forth to turn the damn Bluetooth off and on. EVP test with the Spirit, the SV2 white noise generator, random white noise. If you're here with me, please try to speak with me. We're utilizing and just testing different methods and ideas. Go ahead, say anything you'd like. Thank you. How many of you are around me right now, please? There's that voice. 6. Did kids say 6 or 6? Are you dead or am I dead? Okay, thank you. That the second time I rewound, I did not hear that live. I distinctively heard the kid or lady or something, and it sounded like they said 6 or sick, and then yeah, there's like a male voice, and then another, like I don't remember hearing that on the go. All right, so that's test SV2. We're gonna try out the free one now, which is the SV1. And essentially the SV2 is the next version of this one here, just a little more crazy. Yeah, I just got to turn this back on again and again. All right, sweet. So this is what this one sounds like. And it basically has a noise blend. You can move it left or right. That's all B, a little more higher pitched. I get right in the middle, I think. All right, here we go. EVP test, another one, recording using the SV1. Go ahead and try to speak into that silver device. Say anything you can, please. If you're here with me, can you say my name, Rusty, please? Okay, thank you. Can you please tell me, are you okay? Are you happy? Okay, thank you. I don't think you guys could hear that very well, but I've not played with this one at all. And it sounded like words trying to be formed at a point. That was pretty interesting, actually. don't know what's up with that. Test another one recording using the SV1. Go ahead and try to speak to that silver device. Say anything you can, please. If you're here with me, can you say my name, Rusty? Please. I asked him to say my name. Can you say my name, Rusty? Please. The last question is where I heard most of the phonetic sounds. Okay, thank you. Can you please tell me, are you okay? Are you happy? Right there. Another one. Yeah, that's really weird sound. Okay, thank you. Crazy. Yeah, I've never used this one before. That was weird. Okay. One last one, and I wanted to use this first off, but he was using it yesterday on his stream. It's like I don't want to be a giant poser, but this is like way into the stream, so maybe they'll be able to see this and confirm that I'm a giant poser. But I want to try this black box. It just sounds really freaking cool. I think it's my favorite sounding out of these crazy sound generators. Oh no, not cancel. There we go. This one's adjustable as well. I like having it all the way up here. Has reverb and echo. Alright, we're gonna use this one for the last EVP test, and then I'm gonna throw on EchoVox 2.0 and screw around with that for a bit. EVP test again, 9:49 a.m. Mark that, just bumped it. Rusty Reporter, please say anything you can into this silver device. Tell me about yourself, please. Mark that I'm moving this. Can you please tell me where you were born? Do you have a message for all of humanity? If so, what is that message, please? And an EVP session. All right, sweet. There you go. That was 1, 2, at least four different sound devices for EVP research. I highly recommend you experimenting on your own and researching on your own and just trying to figure this out. If you have somebody you like and you trust, by all means, listen to what they say, but just try to keep everything in mind when going through this process because none of us know what's going on. Yeah, it might help if I plug this in. I think I turned this off there. All right, here we go. Hello? Oh, I just turned it off, sorry. EVP test again. 9:49 a.m. I just bumped in. Russ Reporter, please say anything you can into this device. Tell me about yourself, please. Mark that I'm moving this. These files you're gonna have to go and find to comb with an audio program and look at the audio files. Can you please tell me where you were born? Do you have a message for all of humanity? If so, what is that message, please? Well, that's a gosh darn crazy sounding one. All right, did I capture anything? I have no clue. The only thing you guys have access to right off the bat is the EVP recorder, if that all went through, and I'm assuming it did. Am I closer to explaining this to myself at least? Not at all. Maybe a toenail closer, maybe, if that. All right, so let's go back to classic. And I'm going to change the camera for a few minutes. We've been on this camera for a while. Switch it up a little. So when I stepped away, I just had to go do something for a couple of seconds. And this time I have to legitimately step away for like 5 minutes and take a little break. So I highly recommend if anybody needs to take a break, bathroom break, food break, go ahead and take that. I'm going to let this run for that time. And while it's going. And yeah, I'll be back in not too long. Let me just change cameras, get everything looking good. This camera that I'm using on this one's a lot cheaper, so that's why it doesn't look as good. And it is a resolution difference. That's why you get the pixelation. At least I'm assuming that's why you get the pixelation at the beginning like that. or when I swap out cameras. But give it a second. It should look better in just a second or two. And I think that's about it. Just want to make sure we can see everything good, decent enough. Maybe I got to lay it down a little. Yeah, that's better. All right. So I'm just going to slow down the words quite a bit. I'm not going to turn echo on at first. I'm just going to let the words play. And then when I come back, we're going to screw around for a minute or two with just the echo on and ask it questions, and maybe we might hear something as in real time EVP without the word bank. I don't know. I haven't explored it. It's just something I heard him mention, and I'd like to try it. So let's do auto blend, echoes off, and away we go. Yeah, I guess it would help if I turn this on again. See, I really need 2 of these sons of guns. All right, guys. I'm going to step away for a couple minutes, stretch my legs. Go ahead and say anything you need to say. And I shall be back in just a few minutes. Go ahead and just use this device. Get used to it again.
What?
Just a bunch of different phonetics that is recording this as well. And we think your voice can be embedded onto these sounds. I'm not going to turn on the K2 meter because the tablet affects it. It's a contaminated zone. So yeah, I'll be back in a few minutes, guys. Please speak freely. I'll be right back.
Thanks. Long. Close. Q. Quickly. And friend. Wait. With but see.
Turn it down just a little bit.
Persuasion. Bad. Some. But my was so in
What's up, guys? We got this app firing back up. You guys seem to be talking to me right away when it's you were responding pretty quick. Can you say my name, Rusty, so I know that I'm not speaking in the air? See how you guys are doing in chat. Good morning, Corlinda. Good to see you. Ghostly Lurker, welcome. Karen Atwood, welcome, welcome. Anybody else new joining? Thank you very much for stopping by, checking us out. Just experimenting. I'm gonna let this go for a few minutes, and then I'm gonna screw around with the just the echo on, and see if we can, without the sound bank on, and you'll hear it once I turn it on, and see if we can maybe pick up some real-time EVP through that. And then, yeah, I don't know, maybe mess around with some other sound banks or some other white noise with that as well, while EchoVox is playing. Yeah, Aaron, I think it's just, yeah, the SV1 is free. I have the SV2 as well. I think I have just about all of them, except for, there's a handful I don't have now. Hey guys, when I communicate with you, do I become like a beacon or like a lighthouse that you guys can see from far away? Does it sound like Justin? Rick? Are you trying to give me names? Of course I hear names when I'm not asking for names. Go ahead and say names.
And
Is there an Aubrey around still? It almost like it was trying to say Aubrey. Did she grow bored of me like most ladies do, it seems like? Well, Aubrey, if you're still around and if you were real and just not a crazy coincidence that I heard the name Aubrey on 2 separate sessions with 2 separate word banks on the EVR.
Didn't
I don't know. I still don't know what to think about it.
right.
I sound like they said plugged in. That was kind of an interesting one.
So
Camera change coming up.
Or come
the
It's like I said Kirsten. Are you still here, Kirsten? It sounded like it said your name. Howdy. I haven't used this very much. This is the second time in the stream I've used it as legit, like not just sitting down and just listening to it and messing with it and playing with it for like 5 minutes. This one seems to be one of the more popular ones. There's even people that say this is a better one than the EchoVox System 3. I can't tell you if which ones are better or not. Mark that. It's me opening up my soda bottle.
come
App? Kind of sound like Hero? Do you know what town, what city this is? Can you name it?
what park
Speeding up 2 of them, slowing down 2 of them, but throttling it so they're not on the same. Do you know what year it is? Are you aware of the year? Well, it's 2015. If you're not, I would imagine there's not a lot of calendars in the spirit world, but maybe not. Maybe the spirit world is just like this. Maybe it's physical to you, and maybe you have merchants, maybe you have buildings, maybe you have houses, cars. Who knows? In the game Murderer Sole Suspect, the detective becomes a spirit and he can see like they're either remnants of buildings or like spirit buildings. It's pretty cool looking. Like old buildings that he sees. I don't know. I can't remember. I haven't played that game in a long time. I own it, but I haven't played it in a long time. Do you know any other ways that we can try to communicate with you? It's not like it said ghost and then hunter. That was kind of interesting. I don't like that term because it's like a media blasted in your face. You get my gist, but I call myself a paranormal researcher, a metaphysical researcher. I'm not even a big fan of the term investigator because it's been used so much on television. But But people call themselves what they want. It's all good. As long as they're not trying to push their views and ideas onto me, they can do whatever they want.
Boss.
Check on you guys in the chat, see how everybody's doing. Hey, can you try to say any of these names of my friends watching today? Try to say any of these names if you can read them. Look at all of them. Say their names, please.
We
It said Mark. Is there a Mark watching? Who else is watching? Name the people who are watching us.
been true. Team first.
Yeah, Aaron, the blend, I think it's the slight drop in frame rate that makes it look like it's going 1,000 miles an hour. It looks like it's going so much faster on my YouTube screen than it is like in real life. It's not going quite that fast. It looks like it's going to fly off the freaking tablet. That's funny how fast. I didn't even notice that until I read what you wrote. That's so funny. Look how fast it looks like it's going. Yeah, it's not going that fast. It looks like it's going insanely fast. That's pretty funny. Have a good day, Shadow. Can you guys say goodbye, Shadow? Goodbye, Miss Shadow? So I didn't even explain to you how this works. Go ahead and try to say Shadow, and then I'm going to explain it. That's so funny. It looks like it's flying 1,000 miles an hour. It's not going nearly that fast in real life. All right, so basically, this device with this spinning circle and this triangle design, you can come over and try to speak into it up here. There's a little dot. You see this dot here? You go over to the side here. There's another little teeny dot, and that dot's called a microphone. And I just want you to go over there and try to speak into it. And as these phonetics are flying through the air, we think these phonetics get imprinted onto your voice somehow. So go ahead and just try to speak into it. Say whatever you like or try to answer my questions. It's okay. Doesn't matter. Let's try it without the blend for a while. The blend just makes it more random. Yeah, it's got to be the frame rate difference there. That is pretty funny. Yeah, it looks like it's going a zillion miles an hour. That's pretty hilarious. Yeah, I've noticed that when people try to show videos, like I've been on Hangouts where people try to show a video and it's a little choppier because it's just for whatever reason not getting full. Whatever 60 or 30 or whatever frames per second. So when people feel cold spots, is that you guys? Weird. It
Or-
sounds different when you're not shuffling them. Huh. Let's speed them up and shuffle it. Can you guys try to say the number 7, please?
Yeah. No.
Meh.
Here.
Why not? Why don't you want to say the number 7?
I want.
Kind of sound like it. Huh. Sound like it said 781. You did. Am I gonna ever acquire the ability to see you guys? How? How do I develop that ability to see you?
If it here
Some cultures and some people believe hallucinogenics allow us to travel to the spirit world. Do hallucinogenics allow such travel? Oh, that was weird. That was like a whisper. I've heard a whisper a couple times, but that was like, it sounded like you said dead whispering. Since I try to communicate with you guys, do I have just a bunch of spirits that follow me all over the place? Another whisper one. Yeah, Corlinda, it's been about 20 years since my last experience with any of that stuff. I don't know if I'm ever going to do it again. It's been 20 years for a good reason. Yeah, I know. I might be done with that. Pretty much done with alcohol, too. I haven't had alcohol in close to 7 or 8 years. Trying to get rid of caffeine and tobacco, and then I'd be a happy puppy. Hello, Love Peace. Welcome, welcome. So tonight I had tonight and then this morning I had two strange interactions, two separate strange interactions with two strange people. Why were they acting strange with me? Hurt you. That was an interesting one. I don't know. Maybe it's just my imagination because I've never seen the show Supernatural until just like the last 2 weeks, and I've been binge watching it. And so like, I was just thinking like I had this weird interaction with this weird old guy, and when I walked past him, he like I turned around and he was like still looking at me like all weird. And then there was a weird lady looking at me all weird today at the gas station a couple times when I went back this morning later. So it was just weird. And I was like, why are these people like looking at me all weird? I had nothing on my face. I went home and looked, nothing. I don't know what the heck. I doubt they're my friends online. Not, especially not the old guy. But anyway, long story short, my imagination went a little wild, and I was wondering, who are these? Are they like the care? I'm not gonna say, but the name, because I can't say that stuff is real. But I find the show very cool. I'm actually really into it right now. I'm in season 5. Been binge watching it, but I skipped through the first couple seasons, kind of. I watched a handful of episodes, but I really wanted to get to the like I kind of was aware of Castiel and stuff, so I wanted to get to that area, season 3 or whatever. So that's when I really just started watching episode after episode. Who were those weirdos that were looking at me all weird today and last night? Who were those people?
Party.
The old guy last night, he was just looked like a drunk guy or something, but he was really weird looking. He was like tall and had crazy, he was like kind of old and had crazy gray hair. And I was standing in front of a payphone and he walked towards me and like stopped. And I wasn't looking at him. I was looking at my backpack. I thought he needed to use a payphone. So I said, sorry, walked a few steps, kneeled down and started putting my crap in my backpack, got up, took a few steps, had a feeling I was being watched, looked behind me, and he was standing behind me like 15, 20 feet, and he was just kind of standing there like looking at me all creepy. It was really weird. And then this morning, this lady, I was going back to the same freaking gas station because I forgot something I need to pick up after work. And this lady got out of her car with her daughter, and she just gave me this weird look. And then when I was in the gas station, I was standing in line, and I looked over to my right because I felt like I was being watched, and that same weird lady was like staring at me. And I looked away, and like I had to wait in line for a couple minutes. I looked back a few seconds later, and she was still like staring at me. It made me feel really uncomfortable. It was weird, like back to back, 2 people just like, I got that feeling I was being watched, and I was back to back. Really weird. Do some people have stronger auras that somehow like attract people subliminally or something? Because I've always seemed to just weirdness is attracted to me. It's so strange. I will be minding my own business, and the most strange random homeless people will just stop by and just sit down and start talking with me, and I just get the weirdest interactions with people. I guess I have a face that people just love to talk to or something. I don't know. Maybe I should have been a psychiatrist. Okay, it's not like you said Rusty while I was talking. I'm sorry. I'm listening. Go ahead. What's up, Derek? Hey, buddy. Good to see you, man. Thanks for stopping by, dude. The Bruja, man. No. Dude, the second lady was Hispanic, and that the first dude was like, I don't know what he was, but Bruja, that's Spanish witch, isn't it? Now the old guy might have been dead. He was just way weird. But the lady stepped out of her car with her kids, so I don't unless they're driving cars. But no, I thought that was just weird. I just thought I'd share my odd experiences. Yeah, Derek. I just picked this up yesterday. I think yesterday or 2 days ago. The 2.0. Thought I'd give it a try. We did a bunch of EVP tests earlier using different white noise generators. Started off with Pugs' new white noise generator, and then tried a couple of the of Danny's white noise sound generators. And yeah, now we're back to this. And I'm going to try something in just a minute. This seems kind of active. I kind of don't want to turn this off. There was one last experiment I wanted to try, but I don't know if I'm going to get to it just because this seems real active. Sorry, guys. I'll shut up now. Just say, Rusty, shut up. Just say that and I'll shut up. Oh, yeah, good to see you too. Yeah, the brouhaha is what they believe is that one strange footage of it could be debris. I don't know. I don't think it's debris, but there's a strange. I saw a fact or faked years ago. Was that the brouhaha footage from Mexico where above a hillside there's this crazy looking shape just like gliding through over the top of the hill. It's a really crazy image. They couldn't debunk it. I don't think. I think they said it was debris, but I don't know. You know, Love Peace, I was wondering if these people sent me trying to communicate with quote unquote dead, and for some reason I was like standing out to them. Maybe I was wondering if the old man was like saw spirits around me or something. I don't know. It was just really weird feelings. I was getting off vibes, really weird vibes, like Pete from Warehouse 13. I've always got those vibes. I think everybody gets those vibes. I get different locations. I get vibes, different situations. I've definitely gotten those bad vibes, a bunch. I'm going to slow down the phonetics just a little, guys.
Mike.
I like throttling them so they're not all the same. Brief. I've heard brief a few times now. So this does have words that are making it out from the phonetics, unless the spirits have said brief 3 times today through this session. I don't think so. Hello. Come over and try to just speak into this. Try to tell me your name, please. Come over right over here. Right where I'm pointing. There's a little teeny hole. Well, here's the thing: is like I should have a jump start on all this because I was raised with this philosophy, man. It's just I guess it's just not being exposed to it for a number of years. Just kind of unplugged me. I don't know. I never saw ghosts as a kid, but it was just something that I wasn't afraid of. It was something that was like normal to me. Like I just thought the spirit world existed as a kid for sure, even though I wasn't seeing it. And then as I got older, I started to thirst for proof myself. They said, I asked them if I could see them at some point, and they said yes. I'm going to ask the question again after, because this was the follow-up question. How will I be able to develop the ability to see you guys? Yeah, love, peace. I've heard love, but I don't think I've heard peace yet. Yeah, hell yeah. Hey, Derek, I was watching an interesting video about decalcifying your pineal gland. It's some interesting stuff, man. I've wondered about fluoride. The town I live in has an extremely high amount of fluoride too, but it's odd because people in this town are so tight-arsed that I don't see how they would allow, if this stuff was so bad for you, I don't see how this town would allow it. Dude, I work at a grocery store that tried to introduce rabbit meat into the market of this town, and the town protested because they're so granola / yuppie people that they thought it was cruel that we were gonna sell the most easily reproduced meat on the planet, and yeah, they succeeded, and now we don't sell rabbit meat. So I've always wondered if all this stuff is so bad for you, how does this damn town I live in allow it? Because this town fights, man. It's like old school hippie mixed in with yuppies, and they fight for like the damnedest things.
Yep.
Yeah, exactly. You just gotta look for. Oh, really interesting. Oh, my foot's falling asleep. Hey, is there an entity? Is there an entity at my work that is from my work that follows me home sometimes? Is it here with me right now? I know it's rabbit is. I mean, they're cute, and I don't like killing anything. Like honestly, I don't know if I could ever. I mean, I probably could if I had to survive. If like survivalist style stuff, I probably could because I'm good at doing stuff. Even if I hate it, if I have to do it, I'll do it. But yeah, I couldn't. I mean, they're cute and everything, and I wouldn't want to kill one, but it's food and it's meat people eat. My family grew up on rabbit. My dad and my grandparents had little rabbit cages, dealies. They stopped growing them though when I was like 5 or 6, so I don't really remember eating them. But I guess I ate them. Okay, I want to try something. Yeah, these need volume controls, so I could play this in the background. Listen how loud it is. It's overpowering the EchoVox. Whoops. Let's turn them off. I just turned them off. Whoops. All right. I'm gonna run some mode bank B on this now. I was gonna do something different, but I realized that there's 2 banks on this, so I might as well throw on the other one. Bank B. I'm gonna do echo now as well. Echo as well. Echo. Echo. Bank B. EchoVox System 2. Echo on. No reverb in System 2. All right, guys. I'm gonna play with this now. Test it. Yell into it. Try to say your name, where you're from, how you died. Morning, Amber. And watch your language. Hola, Alex. Thanks for joining us. I'm gonna take a break on the echo. I've been running echo on all of them. I'm just gonna take a break on it. I was gonna run it with no word bank with echo, but I think I'm just gonna run it out with this for a little bit more. This is a harder one to hear in general. It's not as crisp. Yeah, what about the 0 echo sounds like? So why does it have a 0-second delay when it's still echoing? You think it'd be like barely any echo? Be like just barely trailing it? Yeah, listen how loud that is in comparison. I guess what I can do is I can run this. Yeah, that's what I can do. Check this out. Woo! All right, check this out. EchoVox 2.0 with I don't. Yeah, crap. I was gonna say. I don't know why it didn't transfer over. I guess I can't transfer over. I have to rebuy all the apps again unless I'm doing it wrong. Anyway, I have the SV1 on my computer, and I'm going to on BlueStacks. I'm going to pump that through the Alltech. I think it's this one. Oh, you know what I could do too? I could play this EchoVox over the back EchoVox, but no, we're not gonna do that. Sounds like Transformers. I couldn't make this one out very much at all. I gotta develop an ear for it, I guess. Go back to A. It's not like it said rust, like right away. All right, guys. Well, this one I could definitely hear you a lot easier. Son of a. Do you guys like talking with me? A bunch? See, that's the thing. When I'm communicating with you, how do you guys know that I'm wanting to communicate with you? Is it intent? The whispering ones are weird. Because I honestly think that intent has a lot to do with everything in the universe. And so will itself may allow me to communicate with you, correct? You don't sound too impressed. I thought that was pretty impressive. Let's screw with these. I just like playing with them. Give me stuff to move and I'll move it. That's why I have to move my Google Hangout box so the giant red button is below so I don't accidentally hit it. I love pushing red buttons. Can you say, let's try it again. Let's try to get to say any of the names of my friends watching in chat, or if you can see who's watching. Say names of people who are watching all over the world. Just try to say names of people that are watching us right now.
That is I found here put it and that
Are there any Native American spirits around me?
that no, but I can is here and more
Odd. That was a weird sounding one. Because the native people before the white man, Anglo-Saxon, moved on this land, there was countless numbers of them. A lot more than what we even think is what's estimated now. Millions and millions of them. Are there spirits still lingering around these lands?
Many
You're feeling better, Amber? Good. Good, good, good.
Oh. With of and please this way.
You love my professional camera transitions? Look how professional that is. Eat your heart out, Spielberg. What was that? That was a weird one.
See.
I heard death, sea, and then spirit. Spirit, like a weird one too. Spirit. Well, that is the common belief that you are spirits, that you are departed humans. What are there other entities around you besides human spirits?
You this was
Can you name other entities that exist in the spirit world besides humans?
are goes that are with with help the name was the this is on
Are shapeshifters real?
never
Were shapeshifters once skinwalkers, which were once shamans that started to walk the dark path?
No. Oh,
Some interesting stuff coming out of this.
still
I can't say it's 100% working, but I can't say it's 100% not working. Hey, what's up, Ian? What's up, dude?
Oh, did
She just called me a wuss.
These
Yeah, I'm not a wuss. I'm just a nice guy. Hey, I can get tough when the chips are down. You don't really want to mess with me. I stay calm and collected. I jam when I need to.
first.
All right. I want to know, what is the purpose of humans? Is there a purpose for us?
Go.
Are humans, is there a use for us in some sort of master plan?
No. Heard. Good. Oh.
Do you guys know how we even became human to begin with? Well, that was like a different voice I don't think I've heard. I don't have the experience to say that with this yet, actually. This is like the first legit session I've had with it. What about 42? Is 42 the answer to everything? Life, reality, the universe? Is it really 42? What is it about 42? What makes 42 so special? I'm just joking around. Obviously, that probably has nothing to do with it. But dolphins can fly, right? What do you know about animals? Can we discuss? Do you know things about animals that we don't? For instance, can animals really sense spirits? The pre-Adamites. That's an interesting term. I don't know if I've ever seen that. Pre-Adamites. That's pretty cool. What is the Earth? Is the Earth a place for us to grow, or is the Earth a prison? I've heard prison quite a bit over different boxes over the last few sessions. Do you know what this term prison is referring to?
What?
On. Not.
No.
The.
Not that.
Not.
Here. Yeah.
Yeah.
Trust.
Me. Team.
Is being a spirit like purgatory? Is it like a prison before you traverse to some final destination?
You. And
Whoa.
but
I have to turn that flashlight on for my secondary camera because it needs more light because it's a crappier camera.
so
I should kind of like that light on.
persuasion. He must.
Hey, and I've also heard ask him a bunch. Ask me what? What do you guys want to ask me?
But
Did you just say prison? Pardon me. This time, man, if I'm missing whatever you guys are saying, I'm gonna be listening to this over. I'm recording all this, just to let you know. And I apologize to anybody who's attempted to speak with me that might be failing. It's highly possible that none of this is working. That you're sitting here screaming, getting frustrated, pounding your hands against the wall, trying to communicate with me and not getting through. It's highly possible. I am highly aware of that, and I just way too much right there. But it feels like I communicate with something from time to time. Not all the time. It feels different from time to time. The vibe, like I was speaking about earlier. Oh, the flashlight went off. I didn't even realize that. That's not supernatural. The batteries are dying. I don't think. Whoa. Easy, Tiger. Easy. It's all wibbly wobbly. Well, I appreciate all these attempts, guys. Can we try to get my name said again? Rusty? Can we try to say that one more time, please? Well, I appreciate all these attempts, guys. Is there something I can do to help you? Yeah, Ulrich, I like how the saying, it feels like somebody just walked over my grave. I wonder where that saying originated from. When you get the chills like that, like, it feels like somebody just walked over my grave. That's an interesting saying. I don't think I've actually ever said that myself. Did you hear Rusty? Yeah, well, I'm gonna have to play it. I'm gonna be re-listening this. I've been re-listening to like the last 5 of them or so. I haven't been marking anything or writing anything down because I feel that I there's really no point in it. People are gonna hear what they want to hear anyway. So I like re-listening to them though. Oh, it's not like I said Buddha. Real quick, Buddha. Are there Buddhas on other planets all over the universe, like the ancient Hindu and Chinese believe? Or ancient Indians? I don't know if it's Hindi, if they're Buddhist. Yeah, that's something different, I think. Or is that their language? That's their language, duh. I don't know. Honestly, I don't know much about India. I know more about China than India, ironically. But it's all Asia. No, that's way cool. Thank you. Love, peace. Oh, it's like I just said Ian. Ian's watching. Do you have something you need to say to Ian? Go ahead. Take care, Karen. Yeah, as a kid, I was taught Amida Buddha, Amida Buddha, Amida Buddha. If something bad happens, you say, "Oh, Amida Buddha." Which I think just means Almighty Buddha. I think I don't know. I can't remember. Are there any spirits that are foreign to this land around me? That was interesting. Michael. Heard a few names out of this. Does any of you know my nickname growing up? Can I try to hear my nickname? My childhood nickname my sister still calls me? Do you know it? Okay, guys. Well, this is wrapping up. We're getting close to the time I said that I'd be ending it. So go ahead and take a few more minutes and say anything you need to say. Say your goodbyes to me if you'd like. I'd like to say goodbye to you and thank you. And I appreciate all attempts. And I apologize about any failure in communication. Go ahead and just say anything you can, please. Can you say bye-bye? Sound like a couple said bye. Well, I appreciate it, guys. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you. I truly appreciate it. I sincerely appreciate it. And like I said, I apologize if people have been trying to get in touch and we are just failing. It's very possible. It's very, very possible. And I just want to make that clear to anybody that may be around that is trying and not succeeding. I appreciate those that have possibly succeeded and gotten through. If you heard your voice, if you heard the words you said, thank you. I really appreciate it. But I can't verify any of this because I cannot see you. You are not a physical specimen for me to look at, to examine, to poke, to pick up, you know? That's why people want to try to capture you. They want to try to put you in some sort of canister or box or something to not harm you, to try to figure out ways that we can explore and use different techniques and energies, and who knows? Whoa. Hold on. What I got going on here? Hold on, I got like too much stuff. I forgot I had that on. Okay. Whew. Sorry about that. I just freaking blew my eardrum out on that. Sorry if I blew anybody else's eardrum out. We're eardrum blown out relatives now. But yeah, did I capture anything? I don't know. Maybe, maybe not. I'll go over a review and see if maybe I hear anything interesting. I think that, I'll just put this back on. I don't have to start it, but I think through this process, though, you know, I am getting just more comfortable with it. And maybe these guys are getting more comfortable with me, and maybe I am picking up more EVPs. But what did I do? So I started off with an EchoVox small, short session, EchoVox 2.0. By the way, I haven't used this one. This is the first time I've used this one on a stream. And yeah, and then I went in some EVP experimentation. Did I capture something? I don't know. I first off used Pugster's new app, the EVP Studio, and I did a couple test sessions and I uploaded them. So they're up on Google Plus right now. I'm going to go check them out after this. Well, yeah, my adventure, my journey, my exploration, she's continuing. Don't worry. I'm probably not, like I said, going to be doing this daily. I might pop on the daily one from time to time, but you can guarantee Saturday mornings, same time, like I'm doing it now. And you can also guarantee Wednesday nights. I will be doing on Wednesday nights, roughly 8, 9 o'clock my time, Mountain Standard Time. So roughly 10, 11 p.m. Eastern, 7, 8 Pacific, just all depending. But you can guarantee on those 2 days, Wednesdays and Saturdays, I will be streaming. And I may pick up a random one from time to time. It just all depends. It depends on how I feel, what I'm doing, and all that kind of good stuff. So yeah, the adventure, the journey, it continues. I shall keep exploring. I shall keep asking questions. Please do the same. Take care. Take care of each other. Be nice to each other. Respect each other. It's another session. Session 57. In the books. Instrumental. Transcommunication. Rusty Reporter. Signing out. Everyone, take care. See you later.